Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz show where the aim of the game is to score as few points as you possibly can. And to do that, you need to come up with the answers that no one else could think of. Let's meet today's players. First up, we welcome Annika and Ruth. Now, how do you two know each other, Annika?
Well, we went to secondary school together in Kent, and now we both live in York.
Very good. Ruth, what's going to be good for you?
I've got two things, Lord of the Rings and fruit and veg, and that's all I know.
That's three things. Lord of the Rings, fruit, veg. Come on.
Looking up.
Fruit and veg. As a grower or a devourer?
Both. I was a greengrocer when I was growing up for like 6 years, so I've absorbed a lot of information
Hang on, you were a greengrocer when you were growing up?
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you mean you worked in a greengrocer, or you were a greengrocer?
Well, I worked in a greengrocer's, but it was sort of, we served the customers, so it was like I have a pound of carrots, I gave them a pound of carrots, that type of thing.
Yeah, I've worked in a greengrocer, I think. OK. Annika, what do you hope is going to come up today?
I would like to see maybe some Harry Potter, maybe types of cheese.
OK.
Would be nice.
Potter, cheese, Lord of the Rings, fruit, veg.
Yeah.
Very
Done.
best of luck. Lovely to have you on the show. And next, we welcome back Emma and Bob. This is your second time on Pointless. You were on last time. Everyone gets 2 chances, of course, to reach the Pointless final. This is your second chance. Emma, what happened last time?
We did quite well. We got to the head-to-head, and then a category came up about magicians, and we had 2 answers, but we just picked the wrong one.
Right, you are. And Bob, remind us how you and Emma know each other.
Emma's my daughter. I've known her all her life.
Father, daughter, known all her life. Anything you're dreading, Emma, today?
I discovered I'm not very good at geography, really. Anything to do with boats. I'm not very good at golf. I'm not very good at cricket.
You won't have to play anything. It's just, it's just whether or not it comes up.
I don't know anything about
OK, I see. Right, you are. Bob, anything you'd like to nominate?
Pet hates pop music.
All pop music.
Well, back to about 1968.
Hey, but early Beatles, we're fine. OK, Jerry and the Pacemakers, fine.
Well, you're pushing things now.
OK, OK. Well, Emma, Bob, you did brilliantly last time, head-to-head then. Let's hope you do better even today. Very best of luck. Lovely to have you back on the show. And next, we welcome Caroline and Alec. Now, Caroline, how do you two know each other?
Alec and I are boyfriend and girlfriend, but we also work together as well.
And Caroline, what are you hoping is going to come up today?
Right. I don't think these are really topics, but I've got quite a keen interest in Dolly Parton songs. I'm quite a fan. I don't really know much about her life, so to speak, but I absolutely love her music.
Alec?
Probably a little bit embarrassing professional wrestling, which would...
Hey, professional wrestling?
Yes.
Really? Do you have a favourite wrestler?
I do, yeah. The Rock.
The Rock?
Yes.
Caroline, do you have a favourite?
I do. We're big fans together, actually. I love The Miz.
Oh, The Miz?
Yeah.
OK, good. Right. The Rock and... They're not the same person, are they? The Rock and The Miz. Good. Yeah, The Rock and The Miz. Yeah. Interesting. Ooh, yeah. Big fan myself of the wrestling. Anyway, very best of luck to you, Caroline and Alec. Great to have you here. And finally, we welcome Mark and Jack. Now, how do you two know each other?
Well, Mark here is my dad, and I've dragged him along against his free will today to try and... because I think he might be good at this show.
Oh, he's going to be fantastic. Mark. Where have you come from, Mark?
We come from Stourport-on-Severn in Worcestershire.
Excellent. And what do you do, Mark?
I'm a postman.
Postman. Father and son team, always do well.
Postmen do well.
Always deliver. Jack, what do you do?
I'm a student at the University of Portsmouth.
Right, sure. And what are you studying?
Music technology.
Mark, what do you hope is going to come up? Postcodes.
I would, yeah, I'd say letterboxes would be a good one. I would think Eurovision, definitely.
So, but do you mean you've watched Eurovision every year, or do you mean you've studied Eurovision every year?
I've watched Eurovision since I was about 8.
And do you remember everything, though?
I remember quite a bit, because it is that bad, it is difficult to forget.
Anyway, Mark and Jack, lovely to have you on the show. A warm welcome to Pointless. We'll find out more about all of you throughout the show as it goes along. There's only one person left for me to introduce. A thinking cap is the only hat he'll ever wear. It's my Pointless friend. It's Richard.
Hiya. Hello. Afternoon.
Top of the afternoon to you.
So Emma and Bob are our only returning pair. Got through to the head-to-head last time, so will be very difficult to beat. But you've got to like the look of Mark and Jack, don't you?
Yeah.
Father and son team, awesome. Postman, always awesome. Ask them what subjects they want, they say Eurovision. I would say statistically almost impossible to beat them. There, I've said it.
OK. Thanks very much, Richard. Now, all our questions on Pointless have been put to 100 people before the show. In order to get to the final round and be in with a chance of winning the jackpot, our contestants need to find the obscure answers those 100 people didn't get. So the fewer of the 100 people who knew the answer, the fewer points they will score. Now, what everyone's trying to do, of course, is to find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people gave. And each time that happens, we will add 250 quid to the jackpot. Nobody won the jackpot last time, so we add another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at £3,250. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Now, in this first round, each of you must give me one answer and you cannot confer with your partner. Whichever pair has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated, so try and make sure it's not you. OK, our first category today is literature. Decide in your pairs, please, who's going first, who's going to go second. And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, our question concerns possessive books. Possessive books, Richard.
Yeah, on each pass, I'm going to give you the names of 7 books, each of which have a possessive noun in their title. All of them are missing a word. Can you fill in the blank words, please? We'll also give you the authors. It's going to be 14 in all to guess at home. Very best of luck.
Thanks very much. Now then, Ruth and Annika, you all drew lots before the show, and today you are going first. So we are looking for the missing words in these book titles, and we have got The Time Traveller's blank, Niffenegger, The Handmaid's blank, Atwood, Portnoy's blank, Roth, Lady Chatterley's blank, Lawrence, Flaubert's blank, Barnes, Gulliver's blank, Swift, Charlotte's blank, White. I'll read those all one last time. The Time Traveller's blank, Niffenegger, The Handmaid's blank, Atwood, Portnoy's blank, Roth, Lady Chatterley's blank, Lawrence, Flaubert's blank, Barnes, Gulliver's blank, Swift, Charlotte's blank, White. There we are, 7 book titles with a missing word. Now then, Ruth, can you fill in the one you think the fewest of our 100 people knew?
I know a few, but I think they're the really popular ones. And the one I think might be less high scoring, I'm not convinced it's correct. So, I'm going to go with Lady Chatterley's Lovers.
Lady Chatterley's Lovers.
Yes, please.
OK, Lady Chatterley's Lovers, you are saying. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. Bad luck, Ruth. Bad luck. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer, which means you score the maximum of 100 points.
Great.
I'm sorry, Richard.
Yeah, sorry, Ruth. I'll give you the correct answer at the end of the pass.
OK.
Emma.
I'm going to go with my favourite childhood book, which is Charlotte's Web.
Charlotte's Web, says Emma. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people knew that. Charlotte's Web. Absolutely right. 55. 55 for Charlotte's Web. Richard.
Yes, written by E.B. White, published in 1952. Elwyn Brooks White.
Caroline.
There's a couple on there that I am familiar with. I'm going to say The Time Traveller's Wife.
The Time Traveller's Wife, says Caroline. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said The Time Traveller's Wife. Absolutely right. 55. Again. Richard.
Well played, Caroline, by Audrey Niffenegger. And the main couple in the book, Claire, is 6 when she meets Henry, who's 36. And she marries him when she's 22 and he's 30. Time traveller, you see. That's how that works.
Those crazy time travellers. Oh. OK, now then, Mark. You're the last person to have this board. If you like, you can talk us through it.
It won't take very long if I talk you through it. There are only 2 up there that I know. I'm guessing it's Gulliver's Travels and Lady Chatterley's Lover. I will go for Gulliver's Travels.
Gulliver's Travels, says Mark. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Gulliver's Travels. Absolutely right. 71.
Yeah, a lot better than 100, Mark, by Jonathan Swift. Jack Black played Gulliver in the 2010 film. Ruth, as I suspect you know, it wasn't Lovers, I'm afraid, it's Lady Chatterley's Lover, unless you know something we don't know. Would have scored you 72 points, so Mark, you're actually right to go for Gulliver's Travels. Xander, you're always very good at the literature one, so I'll let you fill the rest in. The Handmaid's
Tale.
Tale by Margaret Atwood, absolutely right, would have scored 20. Portnoy's Complaint by Philip Roth would have scored 8. And the best answer on the board, Flaubert's Harriet by Julian Barnes, that would have scored 4. So very well done to anyone who got all 7 of those.
OK, thanks very much, Richard. Let's take a look at the scores. We're halfway through the round. Well, 55 is our low score. Emma and Bob and Caroline and Alec find themselves sharing that score. Then we go up to 71, where we find Mark and Jack. And then way up to 100, where I'm afraid Ruth and Annika, we find you. So, Annika, you'll be the last person to give an answer in the round. Let's hope it's a good one and it's enough to keep you in the game. Very, very best of luck. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, let's put 7 more book titles on the board, and here they come. We have got Tom Brown's Blank Hughes, Foucault's Blank Echo, Bridget Jones's Blank Fielding, Midnight's Blank Rushdie, Kat's Blank Vonnegut, Pilgrim's Blank Bunyan, and Angela's Blank McCourt. I'll read those all one last time. Tom Brown's Blank Hughes, Foucault's Blank Echo, Bridget Jones's Blank Fielding, Midnight's Blank Rushdie, Kat's Blank Vonnegut, Pilgrim's Blank Bunyan, Angela's Blank McCourt. There we are. So we are looking for the missing words in these book titles, and as ever, you're trying to find the one you think the fewest of our 100 people knew. Now then, Jack. Mark did OK there, 71. You're 29 points clear of our high scorers, Annika and Ruth, who are on 100. So if you can score 28 or less, you will avoid becoming the high scorers yourselves.
Don't think I'll be able to do that. Literature is not my strongest subject. I know 2 on there, it's just a case of which one's going to be lower. So I'm going to have to go with Tom Brown's School Days, I think.
Tom Brown's School Days, says Jack. Here comes your red line. You can get below that red line, you are definitely through to the next round. Good luck. Tom Brown's School Days. How many people said it? $56. 56 takes your total up to 127, Richard.
Yeah, well played, Jack. It's going to be an interesting round, I think, as far as the scores are going to go. Yeah, written in 1857, Thomas Hughes.
Thanks very much, Richard. Now then, Alec. The high scorers are now Jack and Mark on 127. You're on 55. If you can score 71 or less, you're through to the next round. What do you think?
I think my brain's frozen, but there's one I'm going to take a punt on. I'm going to go for Midnight's Child, Salman Rushdie.
Midnight's Child, Salman Rushdie. You are saying Midnight's Child. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Bad luck, Alec. Bad luck, I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer, which means you score the maximum of 100 points. That takes your total up to 155.
Sorry, Alec, but if you've seen the look on Jack's face, that was nice. You gave him some pleasure. Again, I'll give you the correct answer at the end of the pass.
So, Bob, the high scorers are now Alec and Caroline on 155. You're on 55. You can score 99 or less. You are through to the next round.
There's only one I don't know. Yeah, Midnight's Children.
Midnight's Children, says Bob. Midnight's Children. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. Here is your red line, lovely and high. Absolutely right, and you're through to the next round, Bob. Ooh, lovely low score. Down it goes. Look at that, 13. Our only double figures total. That takes your total up to 68, Richard.
Well played, Bob. Sorry, Alec, you were so close with Midnight's Child. The midnight in question was 15th of April 1947, which was when India got independence, and the children are the 581 children born on the stroke of midnight, a symbol of India's freedom.
Midnight's Children. Thank you very much, Richard. So now then, Annika, listen, you've been thrown a couple of massive lifelines, but the biggest was that thrown by Alec and Caroline. They are the high scorers still on 155. You're on 100. We need a score of 54 or less to keep you in the game.
I'm only sure of a couple, so I could invent a mad answer.
Well, take us through the ones you know.
Well, I know Bridget Jones's Diary, and I know Angela's Ashes. So Angela's Ashes, and we'll see what happens.
Angela's Ashes, says Annika. Let's see if Angela's Ashes is right, and how many people said it. It's right. You've done it, you're through. 43. 43, very well done. Takes your total up to 143. Richard.
Very well played, Annika. Saved Ruth there. Won 1997 Pulitzer Prize, Angela's Ashes. Let's go through the rest of the board. Bridget Jones' Diary, you're absolutely right, Helen Fielding, but would have seen you knocked out of the game because it would have scored you 74 points, so you chose very well with Angela's Ashes. Again, Xander, I'll let you fill the rest of these in. Pilgrim's
Progress.
Written by John Bunyan when he was in prison for preaching, 45 points, that would have scored. Cats.
Cradle.
Cradle by Kurt Vonnegut, would have scored 8 points. Dropped out of university because his scores in English were so low for Kurt Vonnegut. And Foucault's
Pendulum.
Pendulum is the best answer on the board, Umberto Eco. 6 points. Very well done to anyone who got all 14 of those.
Thanks very much, Richard. So at the end of our first round, the pair with the highest score will be leaving us. I'm afraid, Alec and Caroline, it's you, 155. Well, yes, exactly. Very, very sorry to see you go. Alec, Caroline, you've shown your pointless colours, though. We can expect great things next time we see you. Meanwhile, thanks very much for playing. Great contestants, Alec and Caroline. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. So at the end of this round, another pair will be leaving us. That was a very revealing first round there. Emma and Bob, great performance from you.
Thank you.
Both big burritos.
Yeah, we liked it when the books came up, actually.
Very good. Well, our only double-figure total. Emma and Bob would seem to be the pair to beat. Annika, you did some good work there on Ruth's behalf, getting her out of the hole after that 100 points there. But we're now on to round 2 with a completely new category. Emma and Bob, as I say, would seem to be the pair to beat. Let's play round 2. Our category is countries. Countries. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many AAA countries as they could. AAA countries. Richard?
Yes, we're looking for any country of the world that has 3 or more A's in its English name, please. As always, by country, we mean a sovereign state that's a member of the UN. And we've taken the English names as listed on the UN website. There's more than 30 countries on this list, so see how many of those you can get at home. There's some tough ones, because names are sometimes quite unusual.
They certainly are.
Yeah.
OK, well, thank you very much indeed, Richard. So, we are looking for countries with 3 or more A's in their names. Now then, Annika.
Yes. OK, this is quite hard. But I have a few, and I think I'm going to go for one with 4 A's, just to be safe. And I'm going to say Madagascar.
Madagascar, says Annika. Madagascar. Let's see if it's right. Let's see how many people said Madagascar. Absolutely right. Two. Very well done, Annika. Madagascar scores you 2.
Well played, Annika. Very good answer. And Madagascar's capital, Antananarivo, also has 3 A's in its name.
Yeah.
Annika, just the 2. One at the beginning, one at the end.
The 2, yeah. Emma.
Oh, I'm not very good at this. I can think of about 3, and I think they're probably high scoring. So I'm just going to go with Azerbaijan.
You're just going to go with Azerbaijan, says Emma. OK, fair enough. Well, let's see how many people said Azerbaijan. Eight. Very well done.
Yes, Azerbaijan hosted the 2012 Eurovision Song Contest, so you may just have stolen Mark's answer there.
Mark.
Right. It was in my mind, yes, obviously, with Eurovision. I'm going to go with another competitor from Eastern Europe, Albania.
Albania, says Mark. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Albania. Seven.
Well played, Mark. How did Albania do this year? They did better than us, didn't they?
Yeah,
but
not very well.
that's not saying much.
No.
Of course, famously, Albania, during the rule of Enver Hoxha, Norman wisdom films were the only Western films they were allowed to watch.
They loved that man.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, Richard. OK, we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at the scores as they stand. Annika, you had the shortest time to think. You came up with the best answer. Madagascar, look at that. So, Ruth, whew.
Yeah, I need to redeem myself.
For the time being. Well, let's hope you can. You're looking pretty good, though, for the moment. Then we go up to 7, where we find Mark and Jack. Then up to 8, where we find Emma and Bob. You're not ahead by much, Bob, but you are ahead. So you're going to need a low-scoring answer, a lower-scoring answer than anyone else in the next pass. OK, let's see. Very best of luck with that. We're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, so we are looking for countries with 3 or more A's in their name. Jack, you are on 7. The high scorers are Bob and Emma on 8. If you can score a pointless answer, you will avoid becoming the high scorers.
Right, this should be a good subject for me, really, but I'm going to try and be clever, and I'm going to say Antigua and Barbuda.
Antigua and Barbuda.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
If it's wrong, I'm sorry, Dad. But...
Yeah, well, we'll see. If it's wrong, then obviously it's terrible. But for now, I think that's really good. Antigua and Barbuda. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Absolutely right, Jack. One point. Very, very well done indeed. That takes your total up to 8, Richard.
Brilliant, Jack. Very well played.
Really
It's got
not.
5 A's in it, Antigua and Barbuda. 5/17 of its name is A.
Wow.
Yeah, how
That's
about
an
that?
enormous constituency.
It's not bad, is it?
Antigua and Barbuda.
Yeah, it's nearly a third.
Yeah. Oh, ah.
Yeah.
OK, thanks very much. Imagine if your A wasn't working on your typewriter keyboard.
Man. Oh, that would be a
You had to send
nightmare.
something to Antigua and Barbuda. Would it get there? I don't know.
Yeah, it probably would.
Yeah, probably. Bob, you are joint high scorers with Jack and Mark, but you now have to give an answer. The only thing that will save you is a pointless answer, and even then you'll remain tied high scorers.
Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan. Let's see. Kazakhstan. How many people said it? Absolutely right. Two takes your total up to 10.
Well played, Bob. It's a tight one, this, isn't
Isn't
it?
it?
What a
It's
great
exciting.
round, yeah. Kazakhstan, the largest landlocked country in the world.
Thanks very much. Now then, Ruth.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow, very exciting. The high scorers on 10 are Bob and Emma. You're on 2. A score of 7 or less sees you into the head-to-head.
Well, Jack inspired me with Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know if it's the same, if it's a country, or if that's wrong.
You're going to go Trinidad and Tobago?
Yeah, I am.
Trinidad and Tobago. What do you think, Annika?
I'm happy with this. Come on.
Trinidad and Tobago, there's your red line. If you can limbo below that, you are through to the head-to-head. OK, here goes. Trinidad and Tobago. Is it right? How many people said it? It's right. You've done it! One! That's fantastic. The lowest score of the round, joint lowest score of the round, takes your total up to 3, the lowest total of the round. Richard?
Brilliant, Ruth. Very well played. The chief town on Tobago is Scarborough. But it's nice this time of year.
Scarborough.
It's nice, isn't it? Let's
It's
take a
nice.
look, though. I'm sure lots of people at home would have been thinking of some. There's some quite smart answers here as well. But there's a whole bunch of pointless ones. Let's take a look at a few of them. Equatorial Guinea would have been a pointless answer. Guatemala, Malaysia, Marshall Islands, Mauritania, Nicaragua, all of these pointless. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Saudi Arabia, a pointless answer, and United Arab Emirates. There's a few more tricksy ones as well. Venezuela's full name is the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. That would have been a pointless answer. Bosnia and Herzegovina would have been a good Eurovision-inspired answer, would have been pointless. The former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia, that would have been pointless. A Syrian Arab Republic, that would have been a pointless answer as well. Very well done if you said any of those. Let's take a look at the worst answers now, the ones that most of our 100 people said. In third, Afghanistan would have scored 13 points. In second, Canada, 17 points. Now, Canada, 50% of its name is A. Amazing, 3 out of 6.
Yeah.
And what do you reckon the biggest of all would be?
Australia.
Australia, Emma. That's absolutely right, which would have scored 38 points.
Thanks very much, Richard. So at the end of round 2, the losing pair with the highest score, I'm afraid it's Bob and Emma. Bob and Emma. What a shame. You were semi-finalists last time. You made it through to the head-to-head. This time, a lovely low score, 10. Who would have thought? That would be high enough to send you away, but I'm afraid it is. So we have to say goodbye, Bob and Emma. It's been lovely having you on the show. Thank you both so much for playing.
Thank you very much.
But for the remaining 2 pairs, things are about to get even more exciting now as we enter the head-to-head. So congratulations, Mark and Jack, Annika and Ruth. You are now only 1 round away from the final and a chance to play for that jackpot, which currently stands at £3,250. So you're now going to go head-to-head, and the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. The great news is, from here on in, you are allowed to confer. Well, I tell you what, when you add up all your points so far, there's only 1 point between you. Mark and Jack, you are the lowest scorers by 1 point. But Annika, we've had some great scoring from you, some great tactical teamwork there.
Pulling it back.
Well, from here on in, you can pool your knowledge, so anything can happen. Very, very best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. OK, here comes your first question, and it concerns James Bond films. Richard.
Yes, we're about to show you 5 stills or publicity shots from official James Bond films. Can you simply name the film, please? Good luck.
OK, thanks very much. Now then, Mark and Jack, you've all played best throughout the show so far, so you get to go first. Let's reveal our 5 stills from James Bond films, and here they are. A. B. C. D. And E. OK, there we are. There are your 5 stills from James Bond films. Now, Mark and Jack, you go first.
I'm happy enough with that, yeah. If I get this wrong, I'll never live it down.
OK, we have an answer.
Yeah. We're going to go with E, on Her Majesty's Secret Service, because I think that's George Lazenby.
On Her Majesty's Secret Service, George Lazenby there. OK, on Her Majesty's Secret Service, say Jack and Mark. Now then, Annika and Ruth, you can talk us through the whole board, if you like.
That won't take very long. This is... I think we know D, and I think that's what we're going to go for. We may have gone with C, the underwater element, could be octopusy, but that's...
That's not our answer.
No, that's not our answer. That's a guess. We're going to say D, and I think that's Dr. No.
D, Dr. No, say Annika and Ruth. So, on Her Majesty's Secret Service versus Dr. No. Mark and Jack, on Her Majesty's Secret Service, is it right? How many people said it? That's right. 24. 24. Now then, Annika and Ruth have gone for Dr. No. They are saying D is Dr. No. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said Dr. No. Absolutely right. 37. Which means, Mark and Jack, after only 1 question, you are up 1-0. Richard.
Well played, Mark and Jack. And yeah, Dr. No, the first Bond film of all, and the biggest score on the board, actually, with 37. Let's take a look through the others. A is Octopussy, funnily enough. If you said Octopussy for A, you would have scored...
It's not really particularly underwater, is it, Octopus?
No, it's got octopus in the title. That's about as far as the underwater stuff goes there. Would have scored you 9 points. B, first Bond film to win an Oscar. It's Goldfinger. Would have scored you 33 points, 1 for best sound effects. And C is actually the best answer on the board. It's the first Bond film I went to see. The Spy Who Loved Me. That would have scored you 8 points. It's the last film Elvis Presley ever saw.
Really?
Yeah.
How close to his demise?
14 seconds.
OK, last film he saw.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you very much, Richard. So here comes your second question. Annika and Ruth, you have to win this question to stay in the game. And it concerns 80s groups. 80s groups. Richard.
We're going to give you 5 sets of initials here of groups that had at least one #1 hit in the 80s. Can you give us the most obscure of these? Good luck.
OK, let's reveal our 5 sets of initials, and we have got NKOTB, DMR, WWW, AATA, and PSB. I'll read those all one last time. They are NKOTB, DMR, WWW, AATA, and PSB. There we are. Now then, Annika and Ruth, you go first.
Well, this is a disaster. I know the first one. Do you know any of them? No. I think I'm like... I've got the first one. You've got the first one. It's the same one. I think we're going to have to go with the only one that we think we both know.
New Kids on the Block.
New Kids on the Block, say Annika and Ruth. New Kids on the Block. Now then, Mark and Jack, talk us through the board.
Oh, I know a couple. I think I'm guessing the second one down is Dexys Midnight Runners, then Wet, Wet, Wet. But then it's over to you. I don't know.
The Pet Shop Boys, I think, is the bottom one. I think we'll go with Dexys, number 2.
Do you want to go with Dexys Midnight Runners? OK, yeah, we'll go with Dexys Midnight Runners.
Dexys Midnight Runners.
Dexys Midnight Runners. So we have New Kids on the Block versus Dexys Midnight Runners. Now then, Annika and Ruth, this is the question you have to win. New Kids on the Block, will that do it for you? How many people said New Kids on the Block? NKOTB. Which, right. 45. Mark and Jack have gone for Dexys Midnight Runners. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, how many people said it? Dexys Midnight Runners. Yep, it's right. Will it go below 45? If it does, you go straight through to the final. Yep, you've done it. 9. 9 for Dexys. What about that? Very well done, Mark and Jack. That means, after only 2 questions, you are through to the final 2-0. Well done.
Yes, well played, Mark and Jack. Dexys Midnight Runners, of course, back with a new album in 2012.
Who, Dexys are?
Yeah.
Wow.
One Day I'm Gonna Soar. It's terrific. What year were you born, Annika?
87.
Well, you know what? Serves you right, then. It's my opinion. There's a lot of advantages being born in 1987, and this is one of the disadvantages, I'm afraid. Let's fill in the rest of the board. WWW's Wet, Wet, Wet. That would have scored you 52 points. AATA, any idea?
Adam and the Ants.
Adam and the Ants, absolutely right. That would have scored you 16 points. And the best answer on the board, actually, PSB, Pet Shop Boys, only scores 2 points.
No!
2 points. Sold over 100 million records, the Pet Shop Boys. Anyone else who was born in 1987 at home, if you want to get the greatest hits of Dexys Midnight Runners and the Pet Shop Boys, yeah, you wouldn't be going far wrong.
Or
actually,
Adam and the Ants, actually. Yeah,
yeah.
cracking.
Yeah. Very well done to anyone who got all 5 of those.
First album I bought, Kings of the Wild Frontier.
That's the first album I bought.
No, really?
Yeah.
Put it there.
How about that?
Yeah, put it there.
How about that?
What about that? Yeah. Yeah.
Great record.
Great record. Thanks very much, Richard. So the losing pair at the end of the head-to-head, I'm afraid it's Annika and Ruth. You want a nice audience. For every pair that's left. And I are with them.
Thanks.
But the good news is, I temper that with the good news that we're going to see you again next time. Had you gone through to the final, that would have been it.
That's true.
So yeah, we get to see you twice. So we'll look forward to that very much, Annika and Ruth. Meanwhile, thanks very much for playing. But for Mark and Jack, it's now time for our pointless final. Congratulations, Mark and Jack. You have fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £3,250. Well, that was a walk in the park, wasn't it, Jack, Mark?
Oh, it's more of a fluke to me. The only films we know anything about are James Bond films, well, me personally.
Really?
Any other sort of films.
Really?
Yeah, films is our...
Look, we've done literature, we've done geography, 80s bands, Bond. Is there anything you don't know?
Well, we're both Wolverhampton Wanderers season ticket holders, so please, nothing about Wolves.
Well, no, you've been the low scorers just consistently, and then a 2-0 victory in the head-to-head. Amazing. Let's hope a good category comes up for you in the final. The rules are very simple. To win the money, all you have to do is find a pointless answer. We haven't had any pointless answers on the show today. You only have to find one now, and you'll go home with that money. First, though, you've got to choose a category from these 5 options. They are American actors, novelists, snooker, country music, artists.
Over to you. What do you think? American actors, obviously, no. Novelists, no. Artists, no. Country music or snooker, isn't it? But
I think snooker is the only possible one we can go for, Jack. No, I don't want to do country music. Yeah. We'll have a potted snooker.
Oh, dear.
Right, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many 2012 World Snooker Championship finalists as they could. Richard.
We're looking for the names of any of the 32 men who qualified for the televised stages of the 2012 World Snooker Championships, please. Very best of luck.
OK, thanks very much. You now have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers, and all you need to win that £3,250 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Are you ready?
Yep.
OK, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
This is on you.
OK.
Ali Carter.
Ali Carter did, yes. Neil Robertson did.
Yeah, it's too obvious.
We need one.
What about
really...
the Asian players? There's Marco Fu and what's the other one?
Yeah, Ding Junhui, but that people will know that one. We need somebody, like I said, who was sort of on the fringes. Ali Carter's a good one. We'll go with Ali Carter. We'll go with Neil Robertson.
You think Neil Robertson?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll go with him.
We need one better than this. Carter, Neil Robertson. Obviously, Stephen Henry got 147, didn't you remember that? But he's obviously too obvious. Like Lee, Graham.
Stephen Lee.
Stephen Lee.
The Stephen Lee's a pot. Yeah, we'll go with Stephen.
No, we can keep on thinking. We've got 12 seconds. Is there anyone else?
10 seconds left.
So we'll go with Stephen Lee.
Stephen Lee.
Neil Robertson.
And Ali Carter.
We'll go with those 3.
OK, your time is up. We were looking for 2012 World Snooker Championship finalists. I now need your 3 answers.
OK, we'll go with Neil Robertson.
Neil Robertson.
At the top. Stephen Lee.
Stephen Lee.
And Ali Carter.
And Ali Carter. Now, it sounds like you were suggesting an order there. So your most likely, your best shot at a pointless answer is which one?
He's Ali Carter.
Ali Carter. OK, we'll put Ali Carter last. And we'll put Neil Robertson first, that you're saying. OK, let's put them on the board in that order. And here they are. We have got Neil Robertson, Stephen Lee and Ali Carter. There we are. We were looking for 2012 World Snooker Championship finalists. Your first answer, your least confident shot at a pointless answer was Neil Robertson. Remember, you only have to find one pointless answer to win that jackpot of £3,250. Now, Jack, say one of these answers is a pointless answer and you walk off with that money. What would you do with £3,250?
My girlfriend says she wants a pig, so I don't know how much pigs cost. Could I get a pig for...
A live pig or
I think she wants it live.
Okay.
Turn her a pack of bacon, it might kill them.
Okay, right, okay.
I'm not sure how much they cost, really.
I wouldn't know.
Could I get 10 pigs for that?
How many are you after?
Just one, really.
Just the one?
Just how much they cost.
OK. OK, Mark.
I would love to go to Cheltenham races in a private box for the National Festival in March.
Very good. OK, well, very best of luck. Let's hope one of your answers will see a pig and a private box at Cheltenham races. OK, let's see. Neil Robertson, is it right? How many people said it? Absolutely right. Down it goes. This is your first shot at that jackpot of £3,250. Still going down. Still going down into single figures. Still going down. Neil Robertson, 2. Look at that. Wow. OK, well, that's good. Unfortunately, not a pointless answer, but not far off it. Now, Jack, you weren't even going to put Neil Robertson on the board.
I thought he was too well known. I'm not sure Stephen Lee's right, though, to be honest, but we'll see.
OK. Well, it's looking good anyway, either way, for your next 2 answers. You only have 2 more chances to win today's jackpot. Your next answer, Stephen Lee. Jack's now getting cold feet over Stephen Lee. What do you think, Mark? He's in there, isn't he?
I think he was there.
Well, if Neil Robertson only scored 2, you've got to feel good about the next 2 answers. OK, we are looking for 2012 World Snooker Championship finalists. Let's hope nobody said your next answer. Stephen Lee. Has to be right, has to be pointless. If it's both of those things, you leave here with £3,250. Let's see, how many people said Stephen Lee? It's absolutely right. Now then, Neil Robertson took us all the way down to 2. If Stephen Lee takes us down to nothing, you leave here with £3,250. Down it goes. Still going down. Oh, 1. OK.
We've had a go.
We've gone from 2 to 1. Stephen Lee's taken us to 1. You only have one more chance to win today's jackpot. Everything is now riding on Ali Carter. Let's see if he's right. Let's see if he's pointless. We were looking for 2012 Snooker World Championship finalists. Your most confident shot at the pointless answer was Ali Carter. Let's see if it's right. Let's see how many people said it. Ali Carter. It's right. Neil Robertson took us down to 2. Stephen Lee took us down to 1. Ali Carter, your most confident answer, your third answer, taking us down to 13. Wow. Wow, there's a bit of a spike, isn't there? Yeah. 13?
He did get a long way in the tournament.
Well, unfortunately, you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer, but you do still get to take home our fantastic pointless trophy. So very, very well done. A really great performance.
Yes, unlucky guys. A good category to choose. There's 18 of those 32 men were pointless answers. Ali Carter got through to the final. Who was in the final, got beaten by Ronnie O'Sullivan, so I think a lot of people remembered that. You've actually mentioned 2 of our pointless answers.
I was joking.
You mentioned Ding Junhui, who would have won you the money, and you mentioned Marco Fu, who also would have won you the money. Let's take a look at the other pointless answers. David Gilbert, the qualifier. He was a pointless answer. Dominic Dale, who got knocked out by Judd Trump. Jamie Jones, the Welshman who got through to the quarterfinals. He was a pointless answer. Ken Doherty. Ken was knocked out by Neil Robertson, funnily enough. There's Marco Fu. Mark Davis, who was knocked out by Ali Carter in the first round. Martin Gould, he was knocked out by David Gilbert. Peter Ebdon, the former world champion, he was on the list. Ryan Day, another quarter-finalist, he was there. Other answers, Andrew Higginson, who beat Stephen Lee. Barry Hawkins, Cao Yupeng. Joe Perry, Liang Wenbo, Lu Chang, Lucia Breschel and Stuart Bingham. Very well done if you said any of those at home.
You knew a few of those.
Yes.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Well, unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye to you, Mark and Jack, but it's been superb having you on the show. You've been brilliant contestants. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you both so much for playing.
Thank you.
So Mark and Jack didn't win our jackpot today, which means it rolls over onto the next show when we will be playing for £4,250. Join us then to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.